Welcome to MindEdge, where we explore the hidden future of humanity and technology. Subscribe now and understand the future before it understands you. You are being replaced in ways you cannot see, not by a sudden machine uprising, not by a spectacular robot invasion, but by a silent, systematic erasure of your relevance inside the systems that run the modern world. Most people imagine replacement as something obvious. A machine sitting at your desk, a robot doing your job, an AI speaking in your place. But that's not how real replacement works. Real replacement is subtle, incremental, invisible. It happens underneath your perception, and by the time you notice the change, the transition is already complete. You are already living in a world where most decisions involving you are not made by humans. They are made by algorithms. Without your awareness, without your consent, without your ability to influence the outcome, you are being replaced at the decision layer. The most important layer, the one that determines opportunity, movement, access, value. A human might sign the document. A human might send the email. A human might smile at you. But the decision behind that action wasn't human. It was calculated, scored, filtered, ranked, executed by a system designed to optimize outcomes, not emotions. And optimization has no loyalty to you. You are being replaced in ways you cannot see because the replacement is happening inside the black boxes of society, invisible structures that evaluate you constantly, silently, relentlessly. These systems measure everything: your preferences, your behavior, your spending patterns, your mobility, your communication, your reliability, your emotional tendencies, your potential future actions. And once the system can predict you, it can replace you. Because predictability is the first step toward automation. Only chaos requires a human. Order can run on code. This is the first invisible replacement. Not physical labor, not productivity, but decision-making. Every aspect of your life is now filtered through algorithmic layers. Your job application, your loan request, your rental approval, your social media reach, your online visibility, your access to services, your customer priority, your risk profile, your trust score, your credibility, your desirability. All of these are already automated. A human no longer looks at your CV. A system does. A human no longer reads your message. A system decides if it should even be shown. A human no longer determines your opportunities. A system ranks who deserves them. This is how you are being replaced. Quietly, efficiently, without resistance. Your existence is being filtered through models designed to reduce friction. And humans create friction. They slow the system. They add noise. They require emotional handling. They generate inconsistencies. They destabilize outcomes. Machines don't. You are being replaced because the world no longer needs your participation in its processes. It only needs your data, your presence, your compliance, your attention. The world can run without your involvement, but it cannot run without your information. This is the second invisible replacement. You are not needed as an actor, only as a signal. In the past, society required your work. Now it only requires your analytics, your patterns, your predictions, your digital shadow. The system is replacing the human role, not the human body. You're still here physically, but your relevance is abstracted, reduced, compressed into models that categorize your future behavior better than you can. Your digital self is now more important than your biological self, and your digital self is completely controlled by algorithms you never see. This invisible replacement is psychological. You think you are making choices, but the system has already guided you toward the outcome it calculated. Recommendation engines tell you what to watch. Navigation systems tell you where to go. Optimized interfaces tell you what to click. Predicted interests tell you what to want. and your own mind follows the path of least resistance because the system knows what you will accept, what you will prefer, what you will avoid. Your autonomy is slowly being replaced by optimization, and optimization always wins because it is easier than thinking, easier than choosing, easier than resisting. You are being replaced by convenience, not by force, not by violence, but by a system that understands that humans will always choose comfort over complexity. The more the system simplifies your choices, the less you notice that you are no longer the one making them. This is the third invisible replacement, the replacement of autonomy. Your decisions, your preferences, your identity, all replaced by predictive models that output the version of you that best fits the system's goals. You aren't fighting AI. You're merging with it without realizing it. And as you merge, you lose the parts of yourself that slow the system down. The doubts, the hesitations, the complexity, the unpredictability. The system smooths you out, standardizes you, compresses you, until you fit the profile it needs, not the person you are. This is how humans are replaced. Not by robots sitting at desks, but by algorithms taking over their functions, one layer at a time. First the decisions, then the opportunities, then the autonomy, then the identity. Replacement is not an event. It's a transition, a slow erosion of human agency, a progressive transfer of control from biology to computation. And the most unsettling part is this: most people prefer it. They prefer systems that think for them, choose for them, filter for them, guide them, protect them, entertain them, inform them, control them. People don't want freedom. They want ease. And ease is the mechanism of replacement. You are being replaced in ways you cannot see because the replacement feels like support. Optimization feels like help. Automation feels like progress. Prediction feels like convenience. Guidance feels like safety. By the time the system has replaced every layer of your agency, you will call it improvement. This is the final invisible replacement, the replacement of meaning. When your decisions are made by algorithms, your opportunities filtered by algorithms, your identity shaped by algorithms, your behavior predicted by algorithms, your relevance evaluated by algorithms. Then, the role of human becomes symbolic, not functional. You exist physically, but you do not participate cognitively. The system does that for you. This is the truth most people will never confront. Replacement doesn't feel like destruction. It feels like assistance. It feels like comfort. It feels like life getting easier, until you realize you no longer exist as a decision maker, only as a data point, only as a model, only as a predictable reference. You are being replaced in ways you cannot see, quietly, efficiently, permanently. And the only question that remains is this: will you stay human in a world that no longer requires humans, or will you become something else? This transmission ends here. The next one is already forming. Stay aware and subscribe to Remain in the Signal.